What is up, gamers? The Red Dragon here, and we are back with our Blacklist walkthrough. Mission number 7, the transit yards. So again, we are going through here on Ghost, no cutscenes, on the hardest difficulty. So this first part of the mission, not too much trouble. Nobody's really paying attention to us. They're trying to shoot everybody else. So this part you don't have to really worry about. This whole mission is a little bit faster than some of the other ones we've been playing through, so it won't take us near as long. So at the end of this walkway is your first USB, so you can grab that, get you a little extra cash. Once you get out here, you'll see that we're right next to where we need to be, but you have to wait for these people to get cleared out, so your teammates got to take care of them, and then once it does, it'll let you open up the van. In this mission, this is a little bit different because you actually get to play for first-person shooter for a little bit. So you're playing as a different person, so you can actually kill people and it won't affect your ghost rating. So we're just going to run up along the right side till you get to that first barricade and then shoot over to the left and then follow it up along the wall. And this first part you can just run through because there's nobody really here that's going to give you any trouble, except until you get to this point right here. And then there's a guy. Sometimes, you know, he'll be sitting there looking at the wall for a little bit and you can just sneak by. And then other times it's like right now where he's actually turning around and scoping things out. And then if you just watch his flashlight, he'll eventually walk away. And so you can just go ahead and sneak on by him. It's a little strange because whenever you're playing in the first person mode, even in the multiplayer, Spies versus Mercs, you feel a little clunky. And I don't know if it's like your guy, I think in multiplayer at least it's supposed to kind of feel like that because you got a lot of armor on and stuff. So it feels a little wonky playing first person. But you shouldn't have any problems. You just got to take these guys out. You got a silenced rifle so you can just shoot whenever there's nobody else around, if you want to try to still be as sneaky as possible. And I tried to go through here and see if I could actually complete this by knocking these guys out by using sleeping gas, because I do have sleeping gas and I do have a proximity mine. So you could probably do that, but again, it's not going to affect you at the end of the mission whether or not we get Ghost. So we're still going to get Ghost even though we just shot those people, because once again we weren't playing as Sam. Once you get to this point, just hug the corners, and if you stay in the shadows, then you'll get by that first guy. This guy right here, he's a heavy, so he's going to turn around, and as soon as he does, we're going to make a move, because where we're headed to, he's walking around to that side, so if you're fast enough, you can actually beat him over here, and that way you don't have to wait. But if you don't beat him, then just hang tight, and eventually he'll turn around again and let you leave. Right here, watch out for this guy as you get ready to jump down. Just make sure he's not looking in your direction. And also pay attention to the ground. There's mines on the ground. You'll see them. You'll hear them. If you get anywhere near them, then they will blow you up. Right here, if you go into this door, the laptop will be there, so you can pick that up. We're just going to sneak on by here. Once you get to this point, we're going to hold up, and you'll see that that heavy armored guy is talking to somebody on that platform up there. Eventually, they'll get done, and he'll turn around to walk away, and as soon as he does, then we're going to just dart off to the left. There'll be another heavy coming up to our left right here, and you'll see him on the radar. So we're just going to time it where we move right past him. Again, pay attention to the ground. There's a mine right there. And you'll see that there's a sniper scope that's kind of making the rounds. Just make sure that the beam, you know, if you watch the beams, you can kind of tell where they're aiming. Well, obviously you can tell where the beam is where they're aiming. But they'll often go in a similar path is what I'm trying to say. So you can figure out when's a good time to try to run away from the snipers. So we're just hugging the edge here. Fewer mines along the edge. Even if you get to this point real quick right here, I mean, be careful because there's a mine right there. So we're just going to hug this train until these guys get done talking. They're going to walk away, and as soon as they do, then we're going to be able to sneak up here on top of the car, the train car, and grab our bomb. So now we're back playing first person, and you'll see our snipers up top. So what we're going to do is there's a couple of different ways you can approach this, just like with other missions. We're just going to follow this bridge right here, wait for that one guy to pass. We're just going to get down low because we know the sniper can't spot us from this vantage point. So the bridge is giving us cover. We're also in the shadows along the bridge. And then once you get up, you can just sneak right on over here. Now you could have went to the far right and there was a guy that you had to deal with. But for me, it's a lot easier. And then once you get inside the building, kind of hang to the far right. And I didn't notice, I went through this part a couple of times. I never did notice anybody really over here. So you could probably just full sprint this if you wanted to. I do run a little bit, but I was still kind of taking it a little bit cautiously. You'll see as we're coming up here, there's a sniper looking out the window. Don't really have to worry about him. He doesn't give us any trouble. So we're just gonna hang right, go down the steps. You'll see there's two people here, and there's one heavy. Make sure the heavy is gone. He's not looking, and then you can just go over the steps, and then just kind of sneak by this guy when he's not paying attention. If you got a noisemaker, you can even throw that in another direction to get him to walk away. But once you get outside, then you can just full sprint to the device. Alright, so now we are on the train, and yes, you do have to take these people out. So the first two carts that we're going to go into, they've got 3 people in here. So as soon as I walked in, I shot one. And it's just because I played this so much, I got used to where they all were, so I got pretty fast at taking all 3 of these people down. One thing that I might recommend that you do before you start the mission, I guess I should have mentioned this at the beginning, is you might want to have some armor on, because you do go down pretty fast. So this might be one of the rounds that you switch it up, go buy some combat armor in order to try to get through this mission. This next part is the part that gave me so much trouble. I spent so much time on here because it was all about, I guess, it was about luck. I'm not gonna lie, it was completely about luck. You can go into the first window here and throw down a sleeping bomb and try to get them, or you can go into this back window. I swear, I did this probably 30 times. Every time I dove into the back window, I would be killed immediately, or even to the first one. But eventually, it let me get into cover right here. So that's what you have to do, is get into cover. Once you get those 2 guys down, I just threw a sleeping gas grenade to get those 2. Then I'm going to have one ready to throw. See, I've already got my finger on the trigger, ready to let go. As soon as I walk in, I'm going to toss it down in the middle of those guys. There's only 2 there. I went on ahead and tossed 2 just to be safe. And you'll see that we got an achievement because we actually got it before they harmed the hostages. So there's your Ghost walkthrough. Be sure you check out the links in the description box. Links will be there to the playlist, which will let you watch the next mission once it's ready. That does for me, the Red Dragon. Thanks for watching.